Hey everybody, it's a rainy Saturday, so I thought I'd break the cards out and put together another showcase of one of the guys that I've been PCing for about a year ago. I started trying to actively pick up some of these Hank Aaron cards. So this is, as you can see, my Hank Aaron collection. He is arguably definitely one of the greatest ball players to ever play the game. Maybe even arguably the greatest to play. But I just wanted to show my collection here right now, starting over here. The first one I have is from 1958. I don't have any of his earlier cards than that. But a very, very nice 1958 with the white name. There's another colored name variation. I think it might be a yellow name. And then his All-Star card as well, like those 58 Sport All-Star cards. And then in 59, that Fence Busters, and then a Aaron Club's World Series homer. And you can see the cards there. Got a little bit of glare coming from my window, sorry about that. And then a very nice 59 All-Star. Then we're on to the 60s, like the 1960 set. And we've got that in an excellent mint 6. Then I have two of these All-Star cards. Got one in an Air Mint 7. I've had that VGX. That was one of the first cards I bought when I started collecting cards again about 6 years ago. Actually, about 5 years ago. On to 62. Got both these in excellent Mint 6s. Now that Sporting News All-Star on the right, you can actually pick that card up at a really good price. I think it's one of the better deals. If you wanted a card from the 60s with Hank Aaron and a nice grade on it, those are very affordable. And I think it's a really cool photo of him with the glove there. He wasn't really known for defense. He did win 3 Gold Gloves, but he was more known as a hitter. And he's famous for his for being the home run champ for so many years before Barry Bonds eventually broke it. His 755 total home runs, but he was a lifetime 305 hitter. Also, I want to say his RBIs, he had 2,297, so almost 2,300 RBIs. So like you look over a course of, if you played for 23 years, I mean, he was 3 short. He would have been 3 short of averaging like 100 RBIs a year for 23 years straight. That's just insane if you look at those career numbers. I mean, it's just amazing. Here he is on a couple batting and home run leaders. On to 64, nice 64 card there on the right, and then that home run leaders card with the 4 Hall of Famers. I've shown it in my my Willie McCovey video, but I really like that card. And Air Mint 7. On down here to the 65, shows him in the batting leaders with Roberto Clemente. And on to the 67, gorgeous 67 card of him in action. Swinging the bat, at least, just swinging the bat. Then I've got an O-Pee-Chee and then a regular Topps NL RBI leaders there with 3 Hall of Famers on it again. And then this 68 NL home run leaders, that 7.5 grade is really good on this. This card is known to be off center, very tough to get in a high grade. You'll pay a good price for it just in a 7. So I was really lucky to get it in a 7.5. If you can find it in an 8, yeah, you're really going to be paying a lot for that. And then his 68, just his regular card. And then his 68 All-Star and a Near Mint 8. Of course, if you've seen my other videos, I have all the 20 cards from that All-Star set. And Near Mint 8s or higher. Then I've always liked the Topps game pieces. And I think Heritage has actually brought that back out this year in their set. So maybe these have more popularity. But I've always been a big fan of the Topps game pieces from 68. And now we're on to the 70s. Now it's all Hank Aaron. He was an All-Star 21 years in a row, all the way from 1955 to 1975, if you can believe that. So well into his early 40s. And as somebody who's experiencing the reality that is the early 40s, let me tell you, your body just does not respond like it did back when you're 20. So for him to be able to take care of himself and have the longevity of that career, where he was able to maintain himself and continue to produce all the way up into the 40s, is absolutely amazing. A couple leaders cards from the early 70s. and his 72 and excellent mint 6. And then his in-action card like that, him jogging the bases after hitting a home run more than likely. Then down here, this is a cool card. It shows 3 of the all-time greats, the all-time home run leaders with Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays. And it shows what they had at the time. Hank had 673. He was just a couple behind Babe Ruth at that point. Cool 73 card. And then this 73 card commemorates Hank taking over the total base leader all time. I think he still holds the record. 6,856, I believe, total bases that Hank Aaron has. That's amazing. Once again, this is a guy who never had a bad year except for the last 2 years when he was already well into his 40s, and really slowing down. But man, 21 years straight All-Star. That's just insane. And then here's that 74 Topps card. It's a part of the 300 of the greatest cards of the 20th century. They actually made this card with the anticipation that he would be the home run king. So this was actually made before he actually broke the record, because he broke it at the beginning of the 74 season. And then they also did that commemorative special issue where they showed all his cards throughout the Topps, all his Topps cards throughout the years. I don't have any other ones of those, but maybe I will pick those up. They're not that expensive. And then on to the Color Foul 75 set. On the left, you can see his highlights where he sets the home run mark there for the O-Pee-Chee on the left, and then the Topps on the right. The shading on that is a little different. I don't know if O-Pee-Chee had a little darker shading, or maybe it was just the ink is running low when they printed that Topps one. And then he's the last card, number 660 on the 75 set. So I have it in a near mint 7 for both the full size and then the smaller mini version. Then I've got 2 of these SSPC, kind of an independent card company that was around for just a year or 2 before they had to stop printing for legal issues. But they made really good, clean, quality cards, and mint 9s on both of these. And then his last year of the Topps issue, 1976. 2 pretty cool cards. I like that, and that record breaker, as well as his regular card from that year. Really a sharp card. I think it's probably one of my more favorite cards of his from the 70s. You really can see his age in this card, but it's got really nice colors. Love the 76 set. And then my one SGC card, I got a near mint 7 of him in 69, a really clean card. I was looking to buy it in a PSA holder, but I was able to buy pick this one up at a much cheaper cost than that, and a very nice clean card, and clearly a near mint 7. But I have a very small number of SGC cards. The majority of my collection is all PSA, and that's just the way I go. I primarily just look up and pick up PSA graded cards out of convenience, and it's just routine for me. They're widely considered to be the best. I don't think there's much argument on that anymore. And then on to a larger card here, a really sharp 64 Giants and a near mint 8. And this card is just fabulous, man. It looks like it came out of the pack yesterday. Well centered, sharp corners and edges, super clean. The 64 Giants set is not a hard set to get, though. I think they double printed just about every one of those, but very nice, clean example of that. And this is one of my more prized Hank Aaron possessions. That's because it's autographed by him. These first day covers from when they were inducted into the Hall of Fame. So you can see the little silk screen there with him in Cooperstown, and then his autograph there. Very nice. And then the postmark stamp. And they were so kind as to put the Georgia State stamp on there as well. That's cool, because he was playing for the Atlanta Braves at the time. But overall, Hank Aaron, great ball player, great person, and I'm really enjoying this collection. I haven't picked up a lot of his stuff recently, but this is kind of the stuff I've picked up in the last year. Haven't picked a lot of things up in the last 4 months, but I wanted to show that for everybody. And hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.